Nigerians are already saying different things about the Buhari trip to the UK and without transmitting power to the Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo. Remember when I brought you that report that the government, that is the presidency, said that they are not transmitting power to the Vice President because they believe that the president can govern from the United Kingdom. How many country presidents does that? It is only Nigeria that things like that are actually happening, and it is not encouraging that a country's president should be presiding over the affairs of the nation from other country. If he is well, if he's living, that is why there's a vice president. Otherwise, there won't even be necessary, there won't be necessity to have a vice president, because anytime the president is not available, the vice president should take over and ensure that there's a good steer in the affairs of the nation. Imagine if a captain of a boat is actually leaving the boat saying he will be back and does not give another captain the opportunity to steer the ship before he returns. What would happen to those in the ship? The ship could have capsized, or anything could have happened before his return. And he cannot say from wherever he is still steering the boat when he knows millions of lives are in that boat. That is exactly the situation happening in Nigeria. The boat is here, but why is the president outside of the country steering the ship? So you can imagine what could have happened before his return. It is either the people have been turned upside down, or the flood has taken over the people. But anyway, we hope that nothing of such would happen. Irrespective of anything, it's also the responsibility of the vice president to automatically take his place when the president is not there. But of course, it's a tyrant government. You never can tell the next step. But anyway, guys, let's get into these details, as let's know what Nigerians are saying, and so many people that are actually speculating that the president has not done well and what should be done to ensure that the vice president take his place. All right, guys, without further ado, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share. If you're new to our channel, please ensure you subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, guys, without further ado, it says on Tuesday, President Muhammadu Buhari traveled to the United Kingdom for a routine medical checkup. Expectedly, the news generated controversies and outrages amongst Nigerians who believe the president acted immorally and illegally by embarking on a foreign medical trip at a time the medical sector of the country is in a shameful mess. While a good number of Nigerians defended the strict constitutional position in respect of medical trips, holidays, and vacations, the presidency took turn to state that no law was breached, as the president, who they said can rule from anywhere in the world, acted within the bounds of law. In this intervention, therefore, a dissection in respect of the legality of the routine medical tours and the answer to the question whether the president can rule from anywhere could be attempted. First, the failure of the president to transmit power to the vice president when embarking on medical vacation is unconstitutional, arbitrary, discriminatory, and unconscionable by virtue of Section 145, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2011, as amended. The president is under a constitutional duty to always transmit power whenever he embarks on medical vacation or any form of vacation whatsoever. Put simply, the Constitution has made the transmission of power to the Vice President a condition precedent to embarking on medical vacations. Section 145, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution unambiguously provides that 1. Whenever the President is proceeding on vacation or is otherwise unable to discharge the function of his office, he shall transmit a written declaration to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives to that effect, and until he transmits to them a written declaration to the contrary, the Vice President shall perform the functions of the president as acting president. And two, in the event that the president is unable or fails to transmit the written declaration mentioned in subsection 1 of this section, within 21 days, the National Assembly shall, by a resolution made by a simple majority of the vote of each House of National Assembly, mandate the Vice President to perform the functions of the office of the President as acting President until the President transmits a letter to the President of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives that he is now available to resume his function as President. Instructively, the provisions of these sections are very clear, straightforward, and have raised no ambiguity of any sort. Our courts have consistently maintained that where the wordings of the constitutions are lucid, direct, and ambiguous, the literal canon of constitutional interpretation should be adopted. The purport of the literal rule is that words used in a statute should be accorded their grammatical, plain, ordinary, and natural meaning. The judiciary, in fact, cannot discretionally expand the meaning accorded to words of statutes where the meaning is plain, and the strict adherence to the literal meaning would not lead to miscarriage of justice. A judge has no business remarking law, let alone the executive. The Supreme Court particularly held that he generally rule of interpretation of constitutional provision is that where the words used are clear and unambiguous, they must be given literal interpretation. That is, they must be given their ordinary and grammatical meaning. This simply is infallible interpretation of the law as handed down to us by lords of the Supreme Court, which must be reflected and abided by the actions and activities of those in control of governmental machineries. From the foregoing, it is clear that the President is under a legal compulsion to always transmit a written declaration to the National Assembly, transmitting power to the Vice President. Whenever he embarks on vacation, the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English defines it, say whenever, as every time that a particular thing happens. That is to mean that every time or any time the President is embarking on vacation, he is compelled to transmit power to the Vice President. So, of course, we have people who are ready to fight for this cause, because I was wondering as well that why would the president not transmit power to the vice president while he is leaving for a vacation or for a medical attention? Well, guys, I don't know what you think. Please drop your comment about this and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.